Good afternoon, everyone. Oh, come on, we can do a little bit better than that. We're at a playground ribbon cutting, the last ARPA playground. Let's go. We got to get excited about it. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So we're gonna try to move the program along. We have quite a bit of a speaker list here. All I encourage the speakers 2 to 3 minutes, please. We are trying to fight against Mother Nature. But we're so excited to be here at the DeWees Recreation Center to celebrate the ribbon cutting of the 26th playground funded by ARPA. That's a lot of playgrounds. A lot. And what's unique is how we have touched so many different communities with this funding. So I want to definitely thank the mayor for believing in the agency to allocating the money. I want to thank Shamaya Kearney, who's here. I know she's in another role, but she was in a previous role when the money was allocated. I saw some others here. Why did I forget his name? From ARPA. I'm sorry. Your name has just left me. I'm sorry, but just thank you to Josh. Thank you. They came back to me. To Josh Wilson. Because Josh has been tremendous. He's helped our team through this whole process, how to shift funding when we needed to. So thank you to Josh and the entire Morse office team. So without further ado, we're going to start with the mayor of our city, Mayor Brandon Scott.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you. Excuse the book bag. I'm on dad duty today. Solo dad duty today. It's really great to be here with all of our partners, but most importantly, all the noise and chatter that you hear behind all these young folks. I want to start by thanking our elected counterparts, our Comptroller Bill Henry, who we know is no a stranger to DeWees. He actually went to this rec center in this park, so we know that this rec center was probably the first one built ever in the city, based on the Comptroller's age. No, but we know how dedicated the Comptroller has been to DeWees and to all of North Baltimore, and now all of the city in his new role. And then the successor of the Comptroller, Councilman Mark Conway, who I understand you all had a very successful festival here last week. My gauge, Mr. Councilman, about having a successful festival is if Lindsey Jackson takes his hat off and rubs his head like 3 times, and I heard that happen, so you had a very successful one. And then also we have our fabulous delegate here today, Delegate Embry. Thank you for all your help and support, and we know that we also have the deep support of our Senator Mary Washington and our Delegate Regina Boyce, who, of course, I love because her and I had the same job in City Hall. When I got elected, she replaced me in my job as a staffer. So, but this is really about the next level of what we're doing in recreation and parks, right? And here in North Baltimore, when you have great leaders and great partnership, like the folks at Woodbury McCabe, Ms. Phyllis, thank you, the Friends of DeWees, all the families from our schools here, be it Tunbridge, all of the educational facilities, and most importantly, you all, the people. This is what this is about, right? Oh, yeah, and Govins. Sorry, man. I'm going to get in trouble now. Somebody going to be calling me tonight. And Govins. Yes, ma'am. I'm going to get a call later on today about that. But we know this was made possible as a part of ARPA. We got this $642 million gift from the former president and vice president, and we put it to good use. We spent $58 million of that for recreation parks to really jumpstart this next phase. Hey, Senator, next phase of what we're doing in recreation parks. So now we know everyone can see the new rec centers and pools and playgrounds and basketball courts popping up all over the city. It's because of this investment and a part of the broader plan. $5 million of that has directly supported new playgrounds. And since I took office, we have renovated or built new more than 25 playgrounds citywide. And we know that Rec and Parks budget is up 40% because we know investing in recreation and parks is investing in people in our neighborhoods. We will no longer balance the budget on the backs of our residents, especially our young people and seniors who rely on recreation parks more than anyone. So I just want to say congratulations and thank you for being here. Clearly the playground's already broken in, so we don't have to worry about any of that. And now I would turn the microphone over to Lindsay McGregor from Congressman Johnny Olszewski's office. Lindsay?
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having us out from Congressman Olszewski's office. We just wanted to share very brief remarks thanking everyone for being here today. Obviously, the congressman is new to Baltimore City, but not new to Baltimore. So he's very, very excited to be able to be participating in awesome projects like this, specifically for our kids, and making sure that they have places to go, places to feel safe, to have fun, and to bring their families to be active in the community. So thank you all so much for letting us be a part of this. We look forward to seeing you throughout at the park and other community events. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And next up, we'll hear from the senator of this district, Senator Mary Washington.
Hello, everyone. Honored to be your state senator, Mary Washington. So excited to be here for this playground. But I do believe I want to, in terms of protocol, recognize a representative, I believe, from Senator also Brooks' office. So perhaps she would like to give remarks before me. Are you sure? Because I went to Catholic school, so I always stood up when the nuns and the priests came in the room. So, I'm ready to confer with that. I am truly, deeply, and wholeheartedly believe that play matters, and it matters so much for our children, for their happiness, for their development, and is this unparalleled value of play, and not only for the physical health of our children, but our own Johns Hopkins School of Psychology, Professor Kay Jamison said, children need the freedom and the time to play. Play is not a luxury, it is a necessity. So I'm so pleased that we've recognized that under this administration, under the federal administration. And while others say that play is the work of childhood, we as adults find it to be our joy. I had the joy with many of you here in building the first playground in 30 years in Baltimore City. Now it's 20 years ago. The stadium playground, just a few miles down, where over 3,000 volunteers. And that came after 10 years of really hard work of the community saying we need a playground. And again, just reinforcing for those of you that have fought these fights, or you're still fighting fights that have not yet bubbled up, that there may be a time in which you don't have to fight so hard to get a playground. Another fight that we have is about our health care and our health centers and all those types of things. And so we know that under this administration, that is not going to be a problem. So thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of this. I thank our mayor for utilizing the federal funds that we had to build a playgrounds. And there's been a number of other things. I look forward to continuing partnerships with the mayor in reestablishing and rebuilding out our Northern Community Action Center to be a health and wellness and education hub for this whole area. And so we're looking forward to all of that. Thank you again for allowing me to be here. I'm looking forward to play. And the other thing I did, Mayor, I want to let you know, is I thought long and hard about what I would wear. Because it's kind of hard, women, we have this challenge. It's like, well, I got to look like a senator, but I also have to make sure that I kind of look like I'm fun. So, I got the kicks, etc. But again, enjoy the playground, enjoy this as parents, looking forward to you all as adults also maybe using this as a place where you convene and it can become this intergenerational space. But again, it's a really wonderful, wonderful day in Baltimore. Thank you.
And next, we'll hear from one of the delegates of this area, Delegate Embry, please.
This is a really exciting day. This is one of the nicest playgrounds that I've ever seen. I'm very jealous, but I don't think I'm going to climb on the netting. I don't trust myself. I just want to touch on two things, which the senator touched on and the mayor touched on. There have been so many people over so many years fighting for this park, for this rec center. I'm sure our comptroller is going to talk about his major part in the fight. And I know the people here have all been just passionately committed to advocating for our youth, for our communities, and making sure that the park stays, that the park gets made beautiful, the playground gets built, the rec center stays. I mean, there's just been decades of fighting, and I want to recognize that. It's an honor to represent this district with Senator Washington and Delegate Boyce. Delegate Boyce is represented here by Meredith Riley, who's been devoted to this district for a long time. And we just are so lucky to represent you. And we're so lucky to have a mayor who is committed to our youth in the city. The commitment to Rec and Parks, our director of Rec and Parks, they have been knocking it out of the park. I mean, they have committed so many resources, so much funding, not just ARPA funding, but city and state funding as well. So I just am proud to be part of the city and part of this community and part of this district. Thank you so much.
And next, we will hear from the councilman of this district, Councilman Conway. Councilman Conway, I see you hadn't learned yet. You're not ready to slide, Councilman Conway. You got on the suit, brother. You remember the pool, right?
No, it's funny. You're talking about everyone who came to have fun, and I just came to look funny, so it's all good. One, I want to thank Mayor Scott for his complete dedication to this project and seeing it through, and you, Director, as well, for the time that we spent to make this a possibility. I can't tell you how much we appreciate this in the district. This is the gem. This is the rec center. This is really the center of my district, and having a playground like this, as you see, the kids love it. I love it too. So really, really appreciate you guys. I want to give a shout out to also the Friends of DeWees and the folks that dedicate their time to make sure that this is a place that kids want to spend time at and advocate for this park. I want to say it was maybe a year and a half ago that we came to this park initially to have a conversation about patching up the holes, fixing swings, addressing issues with the slides. And Director, you told me that we would look at redoing the whole thing, and I really, really appreciated that. And here we are, and it's packed. The mayor talked a little bit about the event that we had last weekend, the Heart of the Fourth, really to uplift and highlight the great communities that we have here, the great businesses that we have here, and this great asset in the DeWees Park. And one of the best parts about that event was this actual playground. This playground was packed the entire time. We got this extra free playground that came with the event that just made it that much more eventful for the young people. And so really excited to see what we have here today. I want to give a shout out to Shemai Kearney for making sure that we put money toward this in her new capacity. She got big promotion. I'm proud of her. She's a part of the greatest leadership class ever. But excited to be here today and excited to experience this moment. Just want to thank you all for being here. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. And next, we'll hear from former Councilman, current Comptroller, Bill Henry.
Good afternoon. You can do that now. You can do that now. We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun before this started talking about all the ways that our kids are having it better than we had when we were trying to play on this playground decades ago. And I think Director Moore knows that I have always been a very strong advocate for putting more resources into recreation and parks, because I have always believed that youth development is public safety. And that if we take care of our kids and we give them fun, safe, meaningful things to be doing and places to play and learn to be good people, then we won't have to pay hundreds of millions of dollars to chase them down and lock them up. Well, yeah, okay, like, we can clap for that. Because even if it wasn't a cold, calculated business reality, that it is more cost effective to do that, it would still be the right things to treat our children like we care about them. And I will say, and I'm turning, but don't worry, it's not you. Okay, I'm turning because from this spot, I can see my bedroom window from when my family and I lived on Lothian. And this was the rec center that I played in growing up. As the councilman for the 4th District, it was even easier to focus on DeWees because this is the only rec center in the 4th District. And as such, it deserves to be the absolute best rec center Baltimore City can provide its kids, its families. And I look at this playground, and do you know what I see? I see a good start. And with that, I'd like to turn this over to the super volunteer of the York Road Corridor, Miss Sandy McFadden.
Oh my goodness. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Oh boy. Hi. Well, for the last 9 years, I was the community school coordinator at Govins Elementary School, and I'm not gonna talk about that, but many of the children that are here today are our children from Govins Elementary. And it is a place that I deeply love and will continue to support as long as I have breath. My name for many of you, I know so many of you, I am Sandy McFadden, and I have been a resident of the Mid-Govins community for the past 30 years. And I have served in a number of capacities in our community association. And currently, I am vice president of the association. And I am the co-chair of the Friends of DeWees. And I co-chair with Marie Anderson. Marie, raise your hand. Marie was, at one point, working with Loyola as the director of the York Road Initiative. She has now transitioned over to the Department of Planning. So she's our city planner and continues to work with the Friends of DeWees, and I'm so grateful for that. On behalf of the Mid-Govins Community Association and the Friends of DeWees, I am very honored today to extend our sincerest gratitude to Recreation and Parks, Director Dr. Reginald Moore, the Capitol Department, Will Anderson and Martha Sam, the Community Engagement Department, which is Tim Almagar and Leah Bass, the Parks, I guess it's a Parks Department, with Ron Rudisil. He's been with us from the very beginning. And the local partners of our association. I want to thank Mrs. Bernarda Qua, who is principal of the Govins Elementary School. Ms. Qua has freely loaned to us her children and their talents and their skills. And I think it's important to note that the children at Govins Elementary School were the ones who selected the colors for the playground. We worked with them for quite a while, and these are the beautiful colors that you see were selected by our children. They also identified some of the fun structures that you see. These were also selected by our children as well. Our local partners from Loyola University Aaron O'Keefe is one of the reasons why we still have a DeWees Recreation Center here in our community. I would also like to say thank you to Rebuilding Together Baltimore. They are responsible for um, the computer lab that is now inside of the rec center. Want to also thank the York Road Partnership during the days that we were a part of this. Chris Forrest and Donna Blackwell were just incredible in helping us to navigate what this park could be and can be. I want to also just acknowledge, I don't see her here. I don't see her here, but I want to acknowledge a lady who I think is an environmental coordinator extraordinaire. Many of you may not know her, but many of you who are from the community do know her. And I want to just honor Helene Perry. I would also like to thank our current city councilman, Mark Conway. I would like to thank our former city councilman, Wild Man Bill. Oh, Bill has just been an incredible support to the Govans community for all of the years that he was councilman, and we just want to say thank you, Bill, because I know a part of all of this, your hand was there as well. Want to also again thank Regina Boyce and Elizabeth Embry. You heard the kinds of things that they have been supporting, and we want to say thank you, and we want to encourage you to continue to support. Our Senator, Mary Washington, thank you very much, Senator. We continue to be in many conversations with you that will enhance not only our park here, but our entire York Road corridor. And to the incredible, honorable Mayor Brandon Scott. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You indeed are a youth advocate extraordinaire. I know how you love our children. And thank you for putting the support behind that love. Thank you very much. And I would also like to say, too, that you have visited the York Road corridor numerous times, primarily with my community daughter, Phyllis Gilmore. And we want to just say thank you. You also were the guest speaker twice at Govans Elementary School, so you should not forget that. And we want to just say thank all of you for your incredible support. And if I have in any way overlooked a name, please count it to my head and not my heart, as they say. I want to just say a few more things in closing. This playground has been, it's the first of 3 completed projects. It's the first. And in 2014, our community had an envisioning process. We went through a charrette with the Neighborhood Design Center because we were concerned about increasing the amenities in this park. Having a park that is beautiful, that is safe, that is family friendly, and filled with fun for children. And in 2014, we began to envision those things. And one of the things that we envisioned was a brand new playground. That was in 2014. Anybody could do the math to see that oftentimes it really does take patience, and it takes persistence, and it takes just standing firmly with your feet planted on the ground, believing that this can be possible. But I want to say that even though this is a beautiful playground, we cannot be finished yet. This is not the end. This is just the beginning. So, this project has been long in coming. And even though we had the workshop in 2014, this playground and the visioning of how beautiful this park could be for our families in our neighborhood. Um, this this was not this was not the end game for us. It started in 2008 with the untimely death of former city councilman Kenneth Harris. And he was our councilman, and he did so much for our neighborhood. And we loved him, and we cared, and we wanted to do something that would continue his legacy in our community. This playground is only one part. The second part now that we are working on is a walking path, a fitness path, all the way around the park. That is the second. And the third part is the plan to have a community memorial garden in honor of Kenneth Harris. Now, we are hopeful that these two projects that are left will not take 11 years to complete, because I really do not want you here 11 years down the road dedicating something to me. So I would like, if we can, to try to speed it up a little bit. So I want to say that there's a fourth thing that we're not talking about very much, but our children and our parents and all of those who are connected as residents in this neighborhood are asking about all the time. Do you want to know what that is? There you go. We are talking, and we want to see a brand new recreation center with an indoor basketball court. Our kids and our community, and I think that Bill said it the best a little bit earlier, that our children and our community deserve a facility that honors and dignifies who they are, a facility that is safe and a healthy place for programming for our students, for their families, for our seniors, and a place where the staff themselves feel confident that they are in a well-maintained and secure building, not one that needs constant patchwork repair. So I want to give right now a final shout out to the staff of the DeWees Recreation Center. Amaya Montgomery, who is our director, Miss Sharon, who unfortunately is in recovery in the hospital, and we've been to see her, and we've brought her flowers, and we visited with her, and I know she's going to return very soon. Miss Jamia, Miss Earl Dean, we want to say thank you, and Mr. Carl, we want to say thank you to all of them. And before they tell me to take my seat, I want to say to the residents of Mid-Govans, you all just raise your hands. So you all who are residents who came out today. To all of you who have been supporting us in our community association, who you've been so faithful and you've been so committed over the long haul. We still have a little ways to go, but I want to thank you for being a part of all of this. And then I want to remind you that we got community meeting next week. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. McFadden. Ms. McFadden, you did the whole speech for me. I don't have to say anything. All I'll say is thank you to our entire team. Special thank you to Sarah Hope and the playground team, the Capitol team, the park maintenance team, everybody for making this reality. So with that, we'll open up to, is there any questions from the media? Nope, no questions from the media, Mr. Mayor. We're going to cut the ribbon next, sir. No questions, we're about to cut the ribbon.
DeWees!